Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video of Engines of Go Transit. Apologies for the huge delay of these videos, but I'm back now. This video will talk about the F40PH. Go Transit during the 1960s and early 1970s had various different types of locomotives, such as the GP40TC, GP40-2, GP40M-2, and more. The reason for this was, in case Go Transit were to fail, the locomotives would be sold off to freight railroads. Fortunately, Go Transit didn't. Go Transit's first locomotive fully capable for passenger was the GP40TC. It had HEP generators and other stuff for passenger use. However, Go Transit wanted a new locomotive that actually looked like a passenger locomotive. We actually head over to the US to begin this story. When Amtrak took over passenger services in 1971, a need was immediately foreseen for a variety of equipment to replace most of the antiquated rolling stock purchased or leased from the railroads that once operated passenger, specifically the locomotives. EMD won the tender for what would eventually become 150 F40PH units. Amtrak 200 to 229 were delivered in 1976 and immediately went to work on a number of short distance corridors, including the New York to Boston corridor. They differed, however, in that the HEP alternator was actually mechanically coupled to the main engine rather than using separate skid-mounted gensets or steam-heated as what the STP-40Fs had. Because to need to keep the frequency constant, the engine must turn at a constant rate regardless of the output of the engine. Because of this, the engine sound was constant, and the F40PHs were nicknamed Screamers. Back to Go Transit, now that you know the story of the F40PH, they saw the success that the F40PH had with Amtrak, and wanted some of their own. Go Transit placed an order for 6 F40PHs. They were built in 1978 by GMD, a Canadian version of EMD if you think of it. These F40PHs for Go Transit would become the first F40PHs in Canada. The technical specifications were as followed.
The F stands for full width cowl body, the 40 for the model series, P for passenger gearing, and H for being equipped with head-end power. They're rated for a top speed of 103 miles per hour, being powered by an EMD 645E3 16-cylinder engine producing between 3,000 and 3,200 horsepower. They weigh in at 260,000 pounds. The F40 comes in at a length of 56 feet 2 inches, a width of 10 feet 7 inches, and a height of 15 feet 7.5 inches. They're equipped with head-end power using a Delco 500 to 800 kilowatt generator. Amtrak's F40PHs came equipped with either a Nathan K5LA.
Yeah, you should have saw that coming. Unfortunately, there are no videos I could find of the F40PH while on Go Transit. One thing to note is the Go logo on these F40s. The Go logo was extremely big, taking up just over a third of the nose. This was present on all F40PHs except Go 512, which received a smaller, more normal-sized Go logo. Also during this time, ditch lights weren't mandated in the US or Canada, so the F40s just had the nose light. The paint scheme given to the F40s and all other locomotives at that time was the same. The thing was that the paint scheme, particularly the white line, didn't line up with the white line on the bi-levels. These F40s went on for exactly 10 years before being retired by Go in 1988, being replaced by the brand new F59PHs. I already made a video on that. Go watch it! The F59s were a sharp departure from the F40PH, having brand new electronic systems and other things. In 1990, all 6 were sold to Amtrak. Amtrak retrofitted them with dynamic brakes and renumbered them in the 400s, 410 to 415. Eventually, with the introduction of the GE Genesis series, Amtrak's F40s would be retired. This included the Go F40s. All have since been retired and some disposed of, except one. Former GO Transit 511 is currently owned by Titan Transport, a leasing company. They acquired the F40PH from Amtrak. They leased it to Montreal's AMT, now known as EXO, in the mid to late 2000s. After the lease, the F40PH went back to Titan Transport and is still there to this day. Despite only lasting 1 decade, the F40PH has paved the way for future passenger locomotives on GO Transit. They have definitely made their mark in the history book of GO Transit, the commuter railroad of Southern Ontario.